20 reasons why you should roll for Raiden Shogun. Number 1 is that she's an Archon, and if you all know, Archons are really strong supports for their respective element. So if you're an Archon sim like me, you will definitely roll for Raiden Shogun. Number 2 is she is a universal battery. So what I mean by universal battery, I'm talking about she's able to battery your carries from other elements. Obviously, it's good for her to battery another Electro carry, but she can do the job for any other element as well. Number 3, she is a great investment for your account. Everyone is saying that Raiden Shogun is one of the best supports for your account and can also be played as a main DPS. And trust me, I have used Raiden since her first launch and I'm still using Raiden Shogun up to now. So believe me and trust me on this, she is such a great investment for your account. Number 4, Booba Blade. Do I have to elaborate more? Number 5, she has amazing Electro application. With the nature of how her E works, where you use it once and every period of time she will be applying Electro for you even if she's off field. Number 6, she has high burst damage potential. It is no surprise that when she pulls out the Booba Blade, she will do so much damage and it scales based on your ER. So trust me, she does apply a lot of Electro damage and she can do a big burst of Electro damage as well. Number 7, she gave birth to one of the most broken team comps in the game, the Raiden national team. So this team is pretty much one of the best teams in the game right now because all you need is 1 5-star with 3 4-star supports. And pretty much this is the start of the national team era when everyone was just running Xiangling, Xingqiu, Bennett with any of your carries and will work. But yes, Raiden Shogun was one of the original characters for this team comp. Number 8, she provides consistent Electro damage, especially with her skill, reiterating the point I said earlier with Electro application. Her Electro damage is pretty consistent as well, and you also have a really consistent rotation as long as you play your cards right. Number 9, she is waifu material. I mean, look at all the fan arts of her, look at her personality, and look at all the spicy content of her, and you will definitely know why she is waifu. Number 10, she has an overpowered Constellation 2. Raiden Shogun is one of those characters with a very strong early constellation. Her Constellation 2 basically is Yaimiko's Constellation 6. If that doesn't tell you anything, it just goes to show that Raiden Shogun is just at full potential at Constellation 2. Obviously at Constellation 6, she also becomes much stronger, but at Constellation 2, there is a very strong spike, which is very unusual because normally you want the spike at Constellation 6. Needless to say, if you already have Raiden Shogun, you have spare Primo Gems, why not go for her Constellation 2, which makes her a super strong character. Number 11, she can be played as a main carry or a sub DPS. A lot of team comps you will be using Raiden Shogun as your Electro battery and using her burst and using her auto attacks in her burst just to battery your teams. However, if you have C6 Kujosara, which by the way, Kujosara has always appeared in Raiden Shogun's banner, if you have C6 Kujosara, you can use this team called the Raiden Shogun main DPS or hyper carry team, which basically buffs Raiden Shogun. You can also go Raiden Shogun in a EM Raiden build, which I'll talk about later on, but needless to say, Raiden Shogun now is one of the most flexible characters in Genshin Impact. Number 12, reiterating what I said, there is a new strong EM Raiden Shogun build going out there, especially with the release of Dendro. This mainly is where you stack a bunch of EM on your Raiden Shogun, you basically do a lot of Hyper Bloom damage. So if you want to try this new fun team comp, which is also as strong as OG Raiden, you can go ahead and wish and get a copy of Raiden Shogun. Number 4, her best weapons is a 4-star weapon called the Catch. Now this weapon is so free to play, and this weapon is insane for Raiden Shogun because of the stats it provides. The only downside for this weapon is that you need to fish for it, but trust me, it is worth every minute of your time. Number 14, she saves MORA's ascending weapons. Now this isn't really much of a big deal, but for newer players who lack the MORA, this is a good way to save some MORA when you're ascending weapons that you need for your characters. So the specific weapons are swords and pole arms, so not a lot, but it goes a long way. Number 15, she is one of the best characters in the game. I know I've said this so many times and a lot of people have said this, but trust me, if there is a tier list, Raiden Shogun is definitely on top. She is the best Archon in my opinion, so trust me on this and get a copy of Raiden Shogun because she's one of the best characters in Genshin Impact. Number 16, she's playable in many teams. So similar to what I said with the flexibility of Raiden Shogun, she can be played in a plethora of teams. She can be played in a Taser team, in a Dendro Hyper Bloom team, in a national team, or you can play her as a hyper carry. There's so many teams you can put Raiden Shogun in and she'll do really well for you. Number 17, she has a quote-unquote one-time skill. So what I'm talking about one-time skill is her E, where you just use her E one time per battle, and that's good enough. For most characters, you might have to use their skill button a few times per fight, but Raiden Shogun, once you use it one time, you're you're good to go. Number 18, she's the only character that uses the Amakuma fruit as a ascension material. So for those of you who have been collecting these fruits but have not used them, you can use them for Raiden Shogun. I think this is just really interesting because no other character in the game uses this fruit. So if you have many of these fruits, why not just roll for Raiden Shogun. Number 19, she's OP in co-op. I know a lot of people overlook this, but for Raiden Shogun, you can use her when you are trying to carry your lower AR friends. You just press the E and even they will be able to apply Electro for themselves. And the last reason why you should roll for Raiden Shogun is that this is her second rerun in 9 months. Her first rerun also took similar 8 to 9 months before next appearance. So if you don't want to wait that long to get another copy of Raiden Shogun or just to get your hands on Raiden Shogun, this is one of the best times to get Raiden Shogun. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know 20 reasons is probably not enough for Raiden Shogun because she is one of the best characters in the game. And trust me when I say this, I actually almost pulled out my credit card just so I can roll this character. But nonetheless, let me know down below in the comments whether you'll be rolling Raiden Shogun or will you be saving for another character in the future. I did a video on 20 reasons why you should roll for Ayato, so please do check that out. If you like videos like this, please do leave a like, it shows me I should do more, and subscribe for more future content like this in the future. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.